What's good? What's good? We got 0 people in here. You love to see it. I'm an A-list celebrity. Get my mic situated. So just another quick little reminder that me and Ice Cold JT and another special guest are going to be doing a live meet and greet in Santa Monica, California on July 20. Ooh, wait, what day is it going to be? I think it's the 25th. Yeah, July 25th, Monday, July 25th at approximately 5 p.m., 5 or 6 p.m. Central Time, late afternoon. So for anybody who's in California or if you're going to be traveling in from somewhere else, tap into that. Tap into that. But what is good with you guys, man? What is good? We got my man Glow Pierre in here. You love to see it. What's good, Pierre? How are you guys doing today? I guess if you clicked on the stream, then I know how you're doing today, but one day after my birthday, well, Ryozaki, I don't know if I said that right. Happy belated birthday. Happy belated birthday to Ryozaki. I need some water already. That's tough. So this stream, I don't really have much of a theme for this stream. I'm just going to be answering questions because the last stream I did more talking, just telling my story. So yes, just going to be answering questions in this one. Yesterday was my 19th birthday. Happy belated birthday to Mr. 81 as well. You love to see it. You love to see it. I'm not down bad. I just like your live streams. Well, I appreciate you, Lunar TJ. I appreciate you. Manifestation content? Yes. Yes. I don't have any in the vault. Do I? I don't know. I'll probably make more manifestation videos in the near future. The only reason why I kind of scaled back with that is because I've been putting all of the manifestation information into my book. I've been more focused on the book as opposed to making manifestation videos. So definitely stay tuned for the book. But if you read between the lines, I talk about manifestation in almost every single video. I just do it in a very, very subtle way. Bruh, I'm on retention, but it's hard. Of course it's hard. Okay, if retention wasn't hard, everyone would be doing it. That's why retention is so effective. Retention, nofap, working out, anything that requires you to elevate yourself in order to complete it or sustain it is going to be beneficial to your life. And that's where the benefit comes from. It comes from the growth. Because of course you don't grow if you don't grow as a person if you don't challenge yourself. You have to subject yourself to adversity, calculated adversity, ideally, in order to elevate. Jordan, why did you give up on the Tesla? Okay, so the main reason why I gave up on the Tesla, I didn't so much give up on it. Before I got my BMW, I was going to get a Tesla. All right, but I figured out 2 reasons why I couldn't get one. For one, I have nowhere to charge it. Okay, I live in an apartment, can't install chargers in the garage, and they don't have charging stations at the apartment. So that put a major, major hole in my plan. And 2, the insurance is like $400 on Teslas. I said, fuck that, I'm gonna get something else. And I feel like Teslas, they're too easy to obtain. I feel like any average person, if they work for long enough and just save their money up, they can get a Tesla. The average person will never get in a Rolls Royce in their lives, much less own one. What's the best business to start with? That is entirely contingent upon you. Okay, drop shipping, that's not for everyone. YouTube isn't for everyone. Affiliate marketing isn't for everyone. But I think you should try everything out and see what resonates best with you. I think that's the best advice I could give you because until you try something, you won't know if you actually enjoy it or not. For me, for example, I gave dropshipping, I wouldn't even say I gave it a fair shot, but I never got past the point of building the website because I just wasn't passionate about it. With YouTube, on the other hand, I started and I never stopped. So that's very telling about my level of passion for YouTube compared to dropshipping. So just figure out what works best for you through trial and error. especially if you're young. The younger you start, the more time you have to recover from any mistakes that you might make. How have you been, Jordan? I've been living my best life, man. Living my best life. I've been prioritizing sleep more than anything. And it's definitely made a difference, for sure. How have you guys been doing? I want to know. How to become attractive to older women around 25s? So, you want to be more attractive. How old are you, first of all? I do feel like something that I've noticed recently is that older women tend to gravitate towards me more so than younger women, which is very strange to me, but I guess maturity. It's really just about being mature. If you're mature, women will notice. And I've had multiple women tell me that I don't act like a normal 22-year-old, which was actually shocking to me. I didn't realize that. I don't really have any other reference points other than my friends, and my friends are mature as well. So, maturity. And part of that is financial maturity as well. I mean, an older woman, you have to understand, okay, an older woman is more than likely going to be set in her career as well. So it's fair of her to want a man who is also set in his career. Jordan, I'm 17 years old. I'm trying to improve my life. Is there any tips that can help me get motivated? So here's the main thing, man. You have to figure out why. Why do you want to improve your life? You have to figure out your why. Now, for the majority of people, their why is going to fall into one of two categories. Either you love yourself and you want better for yourself, or you don't love yourself and you want to love yourself. Okay, so it starts with self-love, because either way, you're trying to get to that self-love spot anyways. So learn about self-love. And once you learn how to love yourself, focus on expanding that self-love from a place of abundance as opposed to a place of lack. But that's pretty much where you start, because me, when I started my self-development journey, I did not love myself at all. It was a completely foreign concept to me, didn't understand it, and because of that, I held a lot of resentment in me, even as I progressed. Even as from the outside looking in, I was making progress on my YouTube channel and from a fitness perspective and getting my money up and everything like that, I still wasn't content with myself, which ultimately made the whole journey feel like I wasn't making progress, even though I was. Because the only true progress that you ever experience is the progress that you experience within. Any advice for overcoming social anxiety? Exposure. But of course, if you have clinically diagnosed social anxiety, I would expose myself in doses, okay, in manageable doses. But if you can start off by, let's say, for example, you're walking down the street and you just make it your mission to give 3 people a compliment every single day. 3 random people that you've never seen before. 3 strangers, just compliment them on anything. And as you build up that, as you're able to stay consistent with that, the social anxiety will slowly but surely dissipate, because now you're approaching social situations from the standpoint of giving to other people. And I feel like that's the biggest barrier for most people, is that when they're in social situations, especially for young men trying to talk to young women, you're looking to get something as opposed to give something. If you go in with the intention of making somebody's day better, the interaction will always be successful. Almost always. I can't say always, but the majority of the time it will be a successful interaction. Jordan, when are we doing a collab? Pull up to the meet and greet. Santa Monica, California, Monday, July 25th, 5 p.m. Jordan, are you still doing dilemmas? I was thinking about sending one in. Absolutely. Look, bro, let me tell you something. I spent probably a combined 20 hours putting that website together. I am never going to stop doing dilemmas, bro. Never, ever, ever. So definitely send one in, bro. Definitely send one in. Yo, what's up, Jordan? How's your day been? Juan, my day's been absolutely sensational. I slept in, I did my morning routine, and now I'm here. How has your day been? Hope you're living your best life. Hey, Jordan. Do you think it'll be hard to read books written in English if it's not your native language? Let's say a book like The Alchemist. Would it be understandable or would it be too hard? That's going to depend on your level of comprehension. It seems like you can write in English very, very well. Your comment is more grammatically correct than the majority of English speakers. So, I mean, the only way you'll know is if you try. But you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if, for a book like The Alchemist especially, if there are adaptations in other languages. So I would look into that as well. Hey Jordan, I just turned 18 a few days ago. I got my license and ID, and I'm about to get my debit card. Anything else I should do? Well, first of all, happy belated birthday. Second of all, make sure if you have a debit card, that means you have a bank account. If you can, get a credit card as well. Get a credit card if you can, and I'm going to give you guys some little game, okay? This is how you get your credit score up, especially when you're young. Go and get you a Discover credit card. I use Discover because you don't need any prior credit history. Get a Discover credit card and use that credit card exactly how you would use your debit card. So in other words, if you have $500 in your checking account, do not spend more than $500 with your credit card. Granted, your credit limit probably won't allow you to do that anyways, but use your credit card exactly how you would use your debit card and pay it off every month on time. If you do that consistently over a couple of years, your credit score will be high, bro. It will be high for sure. Speaking from experience with that. What the hell? Jordan, help. I have a wasp infestation. One wasp already stung my mom. Me and her are currently hiding in our rooms until the exterminators get here. Any advice? Run, bro. What do you mean? I don't know what to tell you with that, bro. Cause see, you just gotta leave. You gotta go. Or wait. I don't know, man. Just don't leave your room. Jump out the window or something, bro. That's tough. You hate to see it. You hate to see it. I'm so stressed emotionally and physically due to school. Make sure that you are taking care of yourself, bro. Make sure that you're taking care of yourself. I understand it can be difficult because school can be very, very taxing in those areas, but you have, first of all, get enough sleep. Okay, that's something that I neglected during my schooling years, and I think it made my experience exponentially worse. Okay, get enough sleep. If you have to take naps, do that. But get enough sleep. Make sure that you're journaling. Make sure that you're meditating. Make sure that you're staying off of social media. Stay away from drama. All of that stuff, man. Focus on yourself. Make sure that you're taking care of yourself. And school comes after that. And I promise you, your grades, everything, that'll all reap the benefits of you putting in that work on yourself. What are your thoughts on Andrew Tate? I still have yet to see any of his videos. This may come as a surprise, but I don't really watch self-development videos. I really don't, man, because I pretty much watch my own videos when I make them because I edit my own videos. So to me, that's my daily dose of self-improvement. But yeah, I haven't seen any of his content. I'm assuming though, just based on how often people ask me that question, that he is a master level marketer. He has to be very, very good at marketing for him to be in people's comment sections. People are always talking about Andrew Tate. He must be really, really good at marketing for sure, which means that he's probably very controversial as well. Roger, review, be very careful about your credit when you turn 18. High credit is legit a master key to financial freedom. Absolutely. Absolutely. My man's on game. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and skip down a little bit because I am 7 minutes behind. How can I be a serial killer and get away with it? Hey, man, go and watch You on Netflix. Go and watch You. That show gives you all the game. What's the car on your pin board? Looks very elegant. Rolls-Royce Wraith. It is the Rolls-Royce Wraith black badge in the Tempest Gray colorway. Beautiful, sensational car. I don't know if you guys saw the video, but I did go and sit in a Rolls Royce, bro. I went to the Rolls Royce dealership and I sat inside of one. That's a nice car, bro. It is a nice car for sure. And just know that when I get that car, I'm gonna talk so much shit, bro. I'm gonna just let you guys know that in advance. I'm gonna talk all types of shit. Jordan, I'm 13 and I'm going to the gym. I've been going for about a month and a half now and not seeing any progress. Any tips? So when you say you haven't seen any progress, have you actually been weighing yourself, or are you just looking at the purely aesthetic standpoint? Because I feel like as your body progresses, a lot of times it's a very gradual progression. So you don't even notice it because you're seeing your body every day. But I remember for me, for example, I think I had been going to the gym for a couple of months at most, and I didn't think that I was getting any bigger. But then my sister told me that I was getting bigger. She was like, "Oh, have you been going to the gym? You're looking very bicep-y." I was like, "Okay, shit." Haven't missed a gym session since then. So track your progress by taking pictures for one, and also weighing yourself if you're trying to put on muscle, I'm assuming. Because body dysmorphia is a real thing, a very real thing. Jordan, how did you get over your inferiority complex? Currently working on mine. So for me, I had to approach it from a spiritual standpoint. That's what allowed me to get past that, is realizing that we are all inherently of the same energetic essence. Therefore, it's impossible for me to be inferior or superior to anybody. It's impossible because we're all the same energy. But you know what? Actually, on that note, I want to ask you guys something. Okay, I want to ask you guys something. And I'm probably going to skip down after I ask this because I want to see you guys' answers. But what is your biggest weakness? What is your biggest weakness in terms of your character flaws? What is your biggest weakness? I'll go first. I just made a journal entry about this today, actually. My biggest weakness in terms of my character traits is my unwillingness and or inability to ask for or receive help from other people, especially financial help. I am very, very, very prideful, and I do not like to ask for things, especially for financial assistance. I can probably count on one hand the amount of times I've ever asked my parents for money in my entire life. And all of those times occurred before I got my first job. Ever since I got my first job, I've never asked my parents for money. My dad in particular has made it very, very abundantly clear that should I find myself in a financially stressful situation, that he has my back. And every time he tells me that, it puts me further and further into my ego because I don't like asking for help. So that is my biggest weakness. What is you guys' biggest weakness? Lanier, did I say that right? I appreciate the donation. Your content truly is inspiring. I appreciate you. Your support is truly inspiring. You guys don't understand. Your support is very, very inspiring to me. Your support, all of you guys' support, whether you're watching this live or watching this after the fact, has gotten me through some very, very difficult times in my life, especially in these past few months. So I really do appreciate you guys. What do you do when you are depressed? So my thing is, when I feel like depression stems from a lack of meaning and or purpose in your life. Right? You have to figure out what your purpose is, or if you're lacking purpose, why you lack purpose. Okay, this is something I was actually talking about with somebody yesterday on FaceTime, is I feel like when you don't have goals for yourself, you would think that setting goals takes away from the present moment, but setting goals for yourself actually gives meaning to the present moment because you know you're working towards something. So I think it starts with setting goals, and that really starts with self-inventory, figuring out what you want out of life. For me, a lot of my depression stemmed from me not being in alignment with the path that resonates with me at the deepest level. So for example, when I was in college, that was the first time I experienced depression. And then when I was working at the job at H&M, and I didn't want to work there anymore, but I was just forcing myself to work there, and everything is just falling apart around that. I feel like when I'm not in alignment with my core path, that's where depression always begins to seep in. And so I've learned to use that as kind of my compass to know that, okay, if I'm feeling depressed, I am not doing what I'm supposed to be doing in my life. And I need to reevaluate. I need to do some introspection and figure out what I genuinely want out of life and start working towards that instead. In that way, depression has actually been the biggest blessing in disguise for me in my entire journey. It takes 3 months to see a slightly impressive difference. I actually disagree with that, because if you're lifting for the first time, a lot of times you get, I think it's called noob gains, where basically your muscles are so shocked by the sudden influx of resistance that you see exponential results from your lifting. But after a while, it begins to taper off. And that's where consistency has to kick in. Mr. Chill, I appreciate the donation. Peace and prosperity, Jordan. LA meetup coming soon. Absolutely, man. You love to see it. July 25th, Santa Monica, California. Me, Ice Cold JT, and another special guest. I hope to see you there. I hope to see everyone there. It's Mervan. I don't know if I said that right, but I appreciate the donation. Jordan, how can I kill the fear of public speaking? Exposure. Exposure, man. That's what it comes down to. I'm going to let you guys in on a little secret about myself. Okay, I still get nervous before I live stream. Because you have to understand, right now I'm talking to, the number is 119, and that's just a number obviously, but that's 119 people, right? And this is in real time. So anytime I mess up or if I lose my train of thought or whatever, everyone sees it. But the thing is, man, you have to understand that people are not judging you the way that you think that they are. Okay, the reason why you feel so fearful of public speaking is because you're judging yourself. You're telling yourself that you're incompetent. You're telling yourself that you're inadequate. You're telling yourself that you are not a good speaker or that you're uninformed on your topic. And because you feel that way about yourself, you just assume that other people feel the same way about you. And this applies to anything in life. Okay, if you feel like if you're not confident when it comes to talking to women or anything like that, okay, it's always going to stem from a lack of inner self-worth and a lack of exposure. My biggest weakness is fear of failure. That one was a very big weakness for me for a very long time. But then I realized that failure does not exist. Failure is an illusion. Failure only occurs when you stop trying. If, let's say, for example, I decided I'm going to start a YouTube channel and I didn't hit 100K until 20 years after I started my channel, I'm not a failure. It took me a little longer, but I'm not a failure. I still accomplished the goal that I set out to achieve. My biggest weakness is being dependable on others or being always in need of others' help too. Being always in the receiving end always hurt me and makes me feel weak. So me and you have opposite problems then, because I think that's actually a good thing. I think it's good that you're willing to receive help from other people because you don't allow your ego to dictate your decisions. Obviously, accountability is important, but I think at a certain point you begin to see diminishing returns from that. And I've definitely experienced that firsthand with burnout multiple times over. And yeah, it's just, for both of us, it's about finding that balance point. I got kind of arrogant since I started seeing progress on my self-improvement journey a while ago. Very big weakness, I think. So I actually feel like arrogance isn't a bad thing per se. I feel like it's good to give yourself credit for your accomplishments and your achievements in life, especially if they're things that you've worked for. But obviously, arrogance can become detrimental if it prevents you from continuing to progress in your life. So confidence is good, but I think there's that balance between confidence and humility. My biggest weakness is the lack of self-love. For me, I feel like that's always what it comes to. Every weakness that any of us will ever have will always come back to a lack of self-love. Always. Should do a dilemma live stream so you can catch up. I'm gonna keep real with you, bro. There is no catching up at this point, bro. I could probably do, here's the thing about dilemmas, okay? This is why I'll never catch up. And that's by design, by the way, so that I never run out of videos to make. The reason why I'm never gonna catch up is because if I make more dilemmas videos, more people are gonna send in their dilemmas. So I'm never going to catch up, ever. Unless I'd have to start a whole podcast, bro. I'm talking about 3-hour episodes every single day for the next probably 5 months. And then I might catch up. But like I said, that would encourage more people to send in their dilemmas, which is what I want. I want you guys to send in your dilemmas, because in doing so, I will never run out of content to make. So that's my thing. I'm at work right now. This 12-hour shift is kicking my ass. Hey, man, I know the feeling. You got to push through it. And why are you on your phone while you're at work, bro? Don't let me get you in trouble, bro. Don't let me get you written up or anything. Just remember why you're there. How are you doing today, Jordan? I'm feeling sensational, man. I'm living my best life, bro. How are you doing? I mean, I see you in the Benz right there. That looks like an AMG. So I know just off rip, you're doing well. Very well. Yo, Jordan, any advice for dealing with one-itis or unhealthy attachment to a girl? I don't know what one-itis is. I've never actually heard that phrase before. So if somebody could enlighten me on that, that'd be great. But as far as unhealthy attachment to a girl, again, it comes back to a lack of self-love. This is another discussion that I was having last night with somebody on FaceTime, is that a lot of times when we have these unhealthy attachments to people, it's because we want to give them the love that we refuse to give ourselves. And we want to live vicariously through them in that sense. So really, you're loving them in the way that you've refused to love yourself, right? And I look at it in terms of runner and chaser, because I'm very well versed on the whole twin flame thing. And I think that that's a very good way of not quantifying, but just kind of defining these things, is that the person with the anxious attachment style is running from themselves and chasing someone else. Whereas the person who has the avoidant attachment style is chasing themselves, but running from other people. The key is just stop running in general. If you just stay still and be present where you are and love yourself in the here and now, love will find you. I joined Taekwondo recently and I'm aiming to be a black belt. And since you're Blasian, should you be Jordan green belt? Bro, what? Wait, hold on, what? What do you mean? What do you mean? I dunked on Jordan a long time ago. Pierre, can you touch rim? I need to see some footage of you touching rim before you can make such audacious claims like that, bro. I need to see you touch rim at least one good time. You and Rami. I don't know if I've never seen either of you touch rim before. Never. That's tough. How do you deal with burnout? Take a break. You have to be honest with yourself and take a break. Personally, I think that burnout stems from one of two things. It stems from a lack of recovery, or it stems from you doing some shit that you have no business doing in the first place. So for example, when I was in college, I was burnt out. But no matter how much recovery I subjected myself to, it never worked. Okay, I was always burnt out. Turns out I wasn't supposed to be in college. That was the reason why I was burnt out. So I feel like part of it is that evaluation process of figuring out what you're doing in your life and if you're satisfied with what you're doing. And then part of it is recovery. Okay, getting enough sleep, eating healthy. That's a very, very, very big one. Staying hydrated, getting into nature, meditating. Kiru, did I say that correctly? I appreciate the donation. Much love from Greece. Any advice for approaching? So I'm assuming you mean approaching women. My thing, I'm not really big on cold approaching in general because I feel like it's too much of a crapshoot. You don't know anything about that girl before you talk to her. But if you are going to approach a girl, like I was saying earlier, make your intention, allow your intention to be rooted in giving as opposed to receiving. A lot of men, they'll approach a girl with the mindset of trying to get her number or trying to get something from her. Go up with the intention of making this girl, make her day better. Okay, make her day better. And from there, she'll want you in her life. Why would she not? You just made her day better. So compliments are a very, very good disarming mechanism. I've seen my friend Kendrick apply this in real time many, many times over. Compliments, talking about whatever it is. Because if you're in a situation where you're approaching a girl, that means that you already have something, you have one thing in common, which is the environment that you're in. If you're at the beach, you could talk about the beach. If you're at the bookstore, you could talk about the bookstore. If you're at the bar, you could talk about the bar. And you could start that conversation off like that and then work your way into the compliments. Or you could start with the compliments and work your way into the environmental conversation. Do you think it's obtrusive to ask a question twice or even more just to get it answered? It depends on how badly you want the question answered. What do you do when faced with a tough decision? I weigh my options and I follow my intuition. I gather as much information as I can, but I always allow my intuition to make the final decision. Always. Never failed me, ever. How to accomplish your goals? I mean, I don't want to be cliche about this, man, but just watch my videos. I mean, that's literally what my channel is predicated on, is allowing young men to see young men and young women, or young non-binary, whatever you identify as, allowing young people to see the potential within themselves and actualize that potential. Yeah, thanks, man. And yeah, you spelled my name right. It's actually a Kurdish name. Greetings from Germany. You love to see it. Kurdish. What even is Kurdish? I've never heard of that before. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. You love to see it. So glad I finally get to sit in on one of your live streams. Madison, I appreciate you for tuning in. I stream every single Saturday, except next Saturday I will not be streaming because I'm going to be on the plane going to LA. But you guys are going to be getting daily vlogs though, so stay tuned for that. And you know what? We probably will stream in LA. Me and JT and the special guests will definitely be doing some streaming. So stay tuned for that. The Journey, I appreciate the donation. Would it be ethical if I started trapping Plan B? Oh my gosh, man. These dudes, man. This dude right here. That's crazy, bro. The Pablo Escobar of Plan B is crazy, bro. Y'all are different, man. Some of y'all, your minds just operate on a different wavelength, a different frequency, bro. Thumbnail pic is dope. I appreciate it. Hey, let me tell you guys something. You guys are going to be seeing pictures from that photo shoot. I paid $200, bro. You guys are going to be seeing pictures from that photo shoot for the next 3 months, bro. Guaranteed. You guys are going to see all types of pictures from that. And then I'm going to get another photo shoot done. You guys are going to see pictures from that. That's what my thumbnails are going to look like from now on. Photo shoot pictures. The Green Podcast. I actually feel like my channel is my podcast. I was thinking about taking the audio files and uploading them somewhere else as a pod and marketing it as a podcast, but I don't know. I'd probably have to hire somebody to delegate that stuff to. One-itis is being with only one girl at a time. Okay, so my take on that has changed quite a bit. I used to be of the mindset that you should only focus on one girl at a time because that's the only way you'll get to know the girl. But what I've realized is that puts you in the lack mindset. It puts you in, at least for me, it put me in the scarcity mindset, and I would get in my head too easily. So for me, I've been talking to however many girls I could possibly talk to. Until you have that conversation about exclusivity, you are not obligated to give all of your time and attention to that girl, especially if she's not going to do the same for you. Now, if you have that conversation early on, then yeah, you should focus only on that girl. Me and my ex, for example, I think on our second date, we had already made it clear that we were exclusively talking to each other. But not every situation is going to be like that. Like I said, the girls that I'm talking to right now, I'm not exclusive with any of them. So, and I would assume that they're not exclusive with me either. They're talking to other dudes as well. So once you learn to detach in that sense and give yourself the love that you deserve and that you're seeking out from that person, you'll be able to put yourself out there at a grander scale. And you'll just accept that whatever happens, happens. Would you ever go bald? I'll tell you what. You guys can clip this if you want. If I hit 1 million subscribers before the end of this year, I will go bald, bro. I will go bald. and I'll stay bald. I'll stay bald for 6 months, bro. Buzz cut. Tyrese. Bald. One night is equal. She's the only one for me. No one else will ever compare to her or our bond. Okay, so that's an even deeper meaning right there. So if you guys read Soul Shock, you would see that I definitely had that mindset. I suffered from that quite a bit. But what I've realized is, and this is kind of a different way of saying the same thing. I guess it has the same overall effect. But there was a time when I was of the mindset that twin flames didn't exist. I convinced myself that twin flames, soulmates, none of that stuff existed because I was running. I was running from the truth that was trying to enter my life and take me to that next level. Ultimately, what I realized is that not only are twin flames and soulmates real, but everyone is your twin flame and or soulmate. Everyone is, because we're all of the same energetic essence. Once you realize that, that allows you to see women without putting them on that pedestal. You can just talk to women, get to know them without putting them out of arm's reach for yourself. Because when you pedestalize them, you're basically preventing yourself from ever truly developing any real connection with them or any real bond with them. You're just in love with the idea of them. Hey Jordan, I've been in a state of clarity and neutrality. Everything seems to be unfolding in my life. I've learned how to be by myself, and I turn 18 soon. Any tips going into the next phase of my life? Well, first of all, that's great. It's great that you're in that neutral space. That's obviously where you want to be as often as possible, if you value your peace of mind, that is. Now, with that being said, everyone's going to have a different path. Okay, at 18 years old, I was completely lost. You're definitely way further ahead than I was at 18. At 18, the only thing I cared about was getting rich. Literally, bro. I didn't care about, I guess I was going to the gym. I didn't really care too much about fitness. I didn't care about girls. I didn't care about anything, bro. I just literally just wanted to get rich. That was the only thing I cared about. But obviously I learned that that's a very unfulfilling way to live. So I think for you, it's just about figuring out what you want out of life. Now is the time to start asking yourself those questions. And I don't think you should try to figure out what you want to do for the rest of your life, because I don't think that's possible. I think that's a very limited way of thinking. But if you could figure out what you want to do for the next 5 years, you'll be set. That's the biggest mistake that a lot of people make, man. They think in terms of what they want to do until they retire. You're setting yourself up for depression. You're setting yourself up for an unfulfilling life. Okay, figure out what values you prioritize, what values actually hold resonance with you. Like, for example, with me, freedom. Freedom is probably my biggest core value, my biggest core desire. So anything that I do has to be aligned with that core desire. But it could be YouTube, it could be writing, it could be entrepreneurship. There could be a lot of different ways that I could achieve that same desired outcome. So figure out what that is for you. Love, I appreciate the donation. I'm going to take that donation as an attachment to this right here, to this message. I appreciate that, bro. I appreciate you. Personally, I think I would drop all 125 people in this live stream, including Jordan, but that's just me though. Hey man, pull up to the meet and greet. We can see. We can test that theory out. Fola2 Fit, did I say that correctly? I appreciate the donation. And could you start YouTube with an iPhone? Absolutely, bro. Absolutely, bro. Spiritual So. This man, all his videos are vertical, bro. Vertical with the iPhone, bro. You can start a channel. I started my channel with an Android. I had an Android, bro. Every video that I filmed, not every video, but up until about April of 2019. So that whole March, all of those videos that I filmed at the start of my channel were all filmed with a, what phone was it? I think an LG G6. I had an LG G6, bro, and I was making video. I'm talking filming, editing, everything with that. So you can do whatever, bro. Where there's a will, there's a way. You can use a webcam. This man said, oh my gosh, bro, I can't stand this dude. Honestly, I'm a 3 and D guy, but I can create my own shot and run point if I got to. My comp is Devin Booker. Oh my gosh, this dude. Love, I appreciate the donation once again, man. Great work, Jordan. With any suggestions for books? So I made a video a while back where I outlined every single book that has changed my life, bro. All 11 of them. Those books changed my life. So go and watch that video. Yeah, go and watch that video. But I'll just say off the top of my head, with you being your age, I would say now would be a great time to read The Alchemist. Now would be a very, very, very good time to read The Alchemist. This man said, button your shirt up. No, I'm not. I'm not going to button my shirt up. It is too damn hot. Matter of fact, I'm unbuttoning one just because you said that. Oh, speaking of which, lookbook video coming soon. It's already in the vault. I could drop it right now if I want to. But I'm going to make y'all wait. I'm going to make you guys wait. Bro, Jordan, you should do a meet and greet in every state and host a pickup basketball game with your subscribers and see how many times you get dunked on. See, the problem with that is that I don't play defense. So I won't get dunked on. It's not possible. It's not possible. You're way behind, bro. Wait, yeah, I'm about 9 minutes behind. Is it okay to put self-help on pause when you're in a really bad situation? I feel like self-help gets you out of a bad situation. That's my personal take on it. I feel like you should maintain your discipline practices because discipline can take you out of pretty much any situation that you ever find yourself in. Speaking from experience with that, I can personally attest to that. Any tips for dealing with bullies? That's a great question. Hold on real quick. So here's something that I want you to try. I can't guarantee that it will work because it depends on the person, but just try it. Disarm them with kindness. Compliment them, gas them up, hype them up. Your ego won't want you to do it, but just try it, bro. You would be surprised at the power of a compliment. A lot of these people, bro, you have to understand, why would somebody bully somebody else? Okay, the only reason why they're bullying you is because they're insecure in themselves and they want you to feel the same way that they feel. That is the only reason why somebody would ever bully, hate on, criticize, not constructive criticism. I'm talking about like malicious criticism. That's the only reason why somebody would ever do that. Disarm them with kindness, compliment them, show them respect, show them the respect that they're not showing themselves, and see if it changes anything. Yo, Jordan, one day I'm going to take them pictures for you. That's a bet, bro. That is an absolute bet. That is an absolute bet. Real quick. When I first tried to do a voice impression of you, it seemed hard, but it didn't take long to master it. Honestly, it kind of shocked me that you even did that in the first place because I didn't think my voice was very distinct. I thought I had a very, very generic voice, which I still kind of think that I do, but I don't know. You did hit that shit. You got that shit down though. Like you got that shit down packed. How did you meet your ex? From a dating app? No, I met my ex from TikTok. Every other girl that I've talked to in the past, I've met on dating apps. Every single one of them. Yeah, every single one of them. Wait, so I should ask her if she's talking to other guys? No. I mean, that could be a conversation that you guys have. It's just going to depend on you guys' the level of communication that you guys are at. If a girl asked me if I was talking to other girls, I would tell them, yes, I am. I am. I'm going to be honest about it. I don't think there's any reason to lie about that because like I said, until you have that conversation about exclusivity, you're not obligated to be exclusive. So if you want to make things exclusive with this girl, by all means, go for it. Ask her, but I don't know. Has clout changed your interactions with women? No, it has not. I don't think I'm at that point. I think people kind of overstate things like that, bro. You have to be at a point where it's not about your following per se. I think it's more about your relevance. right? So I could have 1 million subscribers, for example, but I'm not a controversial person. So I'm not somebody who's always going to be super, super relevant in the same way that guys like Andrew Tate might be, because I'm not a controversial person. That's not who I am. So that's not really the way that I present myself. I do let it be known that I am successful, but I let it be known more so through my personality traits more than anything, which, like I said, is why I tend to attract women who are older than me. And to be quite frank, I tend to be on my shit more than most of them are as well, because that's just, I don't know. Like I said, it's more of the personality traits that have changed my interactions with women more so than the things that I have or the accolades that I've achieved. Spiritual Money Man, I appreciate the donation. I'm going to email the StreamYard link for later, G. Hey, man, speaking of which, that's perfect timing because we're at 45 minutes. We are at 45 minutes. So with that being said, I am about to go to Spiritual Money Man's channel to continue the stream there. Okay, we are going to be doing a collab stream with the same general theme of helping young men who are down atrocious in their lives right now. So I need every single one of you. There's 137 of you right now. I need every single one of you to go to Spiritual Money Man's channel. Every single one of you go to his channel, and we're gonna get this shit popping, bro. I don't think I've done a collab in like probably a few months. So Spiritual Money Man, go to his channel. The show goes on. The show goes on. Hold on, matter of fact, I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys. Well, how do I do there we go. Okay, ooh, not trying to get copyrighted out here. But hey, okay, hold on, let me show you guys. Show you guys who I'm talking about. Share screen, Chrome tab. All right, this is where we're going, okay? Spiritual Money Man. Spiritual Money Man. Right here. I'm gonna link it. Right here. This is where we're going. This is where we're going. Haven't done a collab in a few months. The disrespect is real. When did we do our collab? Because that shit was like a couple months ago, yeah? You're definitely the last person I collabed with, I think. That was back in May, was it not? Or early June. That was a while back, I think. But this is where we're going. Okay, we're going on a field trip. So I need to see every single one of you in this stream, or we're going to have problems, bro. We're going to have problems. I will personally track your IP, and we're going to box. So every single one of you, go to this stream right here, Spiritual Money Man. And yeah, I would say bye, but it's not a bye. It's a see you later. Nah, that was like 2 weeks ago. Wait, that was 2 weeks ago? Oh no, bro. My perception of time is all the way fucked up. Anyways, yeah. Go to his channel 3 weeks ago. 3 weeks, 5 months, same diff. But go to his channel and let's get this shit popping, bro. Let's get this shit popping. I will see you guys in that